Ram asked, if oneness alone is the truth, why then do we say, by this, that is attained? If oneness alone is the truth, why do we say, by this, that is attained? I think Ram's talking about a particular formula here. It's quite common in Buddhism. Rama doesn't give any example, but it does sound rather like some of the Buddhist teachings. By doing this, that is attained. For example, by cultivating wholesome states, by cultivating wholesome behaviour, a certain state is attained. And we're basically talking about cause and effect again. If it's all one, how can one part of the oneness be affecting another part of it? Vasistha replied, Ram, in the scriptures, words have been used in order to facilitate the imparting of instruction. Cause and effect, the self and the Lord, difference and non-difference, knowledge and ignorance, pain and pleasure. All these pairs have been invented for the instruction of the ignorant. They are not real in themselves. All this discussion and argumentation take place only in and because of ignorance. When there is knowledge, there is no duality. When the truth is known, all descriptions cease and silence alone remains. When you're discussing things, you've got no choice but to talk in terms of duality. Then you will realize that there is only one, without beginning and without end. But as long as words are used to denote a truth, duality is inevitable. However, such duality is not the truth. All divisions are illusory. I shall give you another illustration. Listen very carefully. By means of the potent medicine of my explanations, you will surely overcome the illness that afflicts your mind. This samsara, world appearance, is nothing but the mind filled with likes and dislikes. When it is free of them, world appearance too comes to an end. World appearance, really what that means is notions of the world come to an end. Notions that there is a world come to an end. The consciousness in the mind is the seat of all substances, and the inert aspect of the mind is the cause of the illusory appearance of the world. The inert aspect will be Maya, or the cognitive process. Because of the omnipresence of consciousness, the mind takes the form of the knowable and thus becomes the seed of the universe. If there's only consciousness, then it's really consciousness that takes the form of the knowable and thus becomes the seed of the universe. Well, it is the universe. Well, it's the universe is filtered through the cognitive process. The mind, like a child, imagines the existence of the world. When the mind is illumined, it experiences the infinite consciousness within itself. I shall presently explain to you how this subject-object division arises. Well, it's just one explanation, isn't it? But let's see how Vasistha sees the subject-object division arising, because it's a good story. Vasistha continued, Once I asked the Creator Brahma to tell me how this universe was first created, and he gave me the following reply. Brahma said, My child, it is only the mind. It is only mind that appears as all this. I shall tell you what happened to me at the beginning of this epoch. At the end of the previous epoch there was the cosmic night, and as soon as I woke at the end of that night, I offered my morning prayers and looked around, wishing to create the universe. It's curious that Brahma, the creator god, offered up his prayers. You wonder who Brahma's praying to. I beheld the infinite void, which was neither illumined nor dark. In my mind there was the intention to create, and in my heart I began to see subtle visions. There in my mind, and with my mind, I saw several seemingly independent universes. In them all I also saw my own counterpart creators. In those universes I saw all kinds of beings, as also mountains and rivers, oceans and wind, sun and heavenly beings, and the netherworld and the demons. In all these universes I also saw scriptures and moral codes which determine good and evil, and heaven and hell, as also the scriptures that lay down the path to pleasure and the path to liberation. And I saw people pursuing all these different goals. I saw 7 worlds, 7 continents, and also oceans and mountains, all of them inexorably headed for destruction. I saw time and its divisions right down to days and nights. I saw the holy river Ganga as it knit together the 3 worlds, the celestial region, the atmosphere, and the earth. The atmosphere being the region in between, which is the subtle region. Like a castle in the air, this creation shone extensively with its sky, earth, and oceans. Looking at all this, I was wonderstruck and puzzled. How is it that I am seeing all these with my mind in the great void, even though I have not seen them with physical eyes? I contemplated this problem for a considerable time, and eventually I thought of one of the suns in one of the solar systems and requested him to come to me. I asked him the question that was engaging my attention. "O Great One," the sun replied. "O Great One," so it's the sun from one of these solar systems now talking. "O Great One, being the omnipotent creator of all this, you are indeed the Lord. It is the mind alone that appears as all this ceaseless and endless creative activity, which, on account of nescience, deludes one into thinking that it is real, or that it is unreal. Surely you know the truth. Surely you know the truth, Lord. Yet since you commanded me to answer your query, I say this." Let's hear what the sun has got to say in the next video.